All right, and bear with me as I try and remember to look at the camera instead of at my computer, because this is my first time having a separate camera. But my name is Kimberly. I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. I know a couple of you that are joining us are here with Brandi. She's actually the one that introduced me to Pampered Chef and got me so excited about this opportunity. And going on almost 2 years now, loving every minute of it and loving helping other people bring these amazing products into their home. And I'm super excited because this is the 45th anniversary of Pampered Chef. So I'm excited to be part of a company that is so strong, based out of Illinois, where I was born and raised. Just means an awful lot to me. And even like Doris Christopher, who founded Pampered Chef, actually donated money to a campground that my family is like, most of my family is on the board of this Christian campground down in Illinois, and she really bailed them out with a huge donation many, many years ago and really helped them out to stay afloat. So I'm very thankful for Doris Christopher, even back to my childhood. So it's great to be a part of this opportunity and be able to share this with other people. So we're here tonight to tell you about the Prep Ahead sale that Pampered Chef has going on this month, and show you how these prep ahead tools can help with busy families like Brandi's and mine. We have very hectic lives. I work a full-time job at a bank and I have a 3-year-old. I also have 3 adult kids. So I've got 2 dogs, a cat. We've got all the chaos all the time on top of a job and doing the Pampered Chef side hustle. So I'm going to show you how this helps simplify my life, that I can get a lot of my prep work done in one night to make the rest of the week a breeze. So I'm gonna play with my camera here and see if I can get this, angle you down so you can see what I'm working on here. All right, so I want to show you the prep board. This is on sale this month. There's a lot of amazing features with this prep board. On the bottom, it has rubber stoppers, so it's not going to slide on you. And then it has these pull-outs. And you can move it to the side. So if you want to use it on the corner of your counter, you can do so. I'm going to do it just on the front of my counter, just for the simplicity of what you can see here. So there's 2 of them, and they pull out like that. And then it comes with these containers that just pop right underneath there. So as we're prepping, we can slide our waste or keeps, whatever we want, right into these containers. They also come with, on the lid, this pops off. So you can put this at the bottom of the tray to keep your food out of the liquid. Or you can use this divider, which slides in the middle. So you can put 2 different things and actually double up what you can prep and store in these. The lids have this awesome vent. So whether you need to vent it or not vent it, you can open that or close that, which is awesome. And then some of this right here. There's also the store system. Also on sale this month. This one comes with 3 of the containers. I didn't get them all out because you get the point. But it comes with these 2 ice packs. You can put these in the refrigerator. So you can just stack all 3 of your trays on here. It's about the size of a 6-pack, so it fits right into your refrigerator like that. And when it's refrigerated, it's going to keep your food cold for probably 2 to 4 hours after you pull it out. So if you're doing a potluck, a picnic, let's think spring, because I've had enough of this freezing cold weather and it's going to get worse this week. Oh, it's supposed to be like -30 wind chill on Sunday and Monday. Ew. But let's think spring, and then you can keep it out there. Otherwise, you can also use it like on Taco Tuesday to put out like your tomatoes, your lettuce, your onions, and keep it cold. You can also freeze these packs, and then it'll keep it cold. I think they say like 6 to 8 hours, Brandi. Do you know what they say?
I think it's a little bit less, but it definitely will last. Like they go on the less side just to cover their little butts, but it is definitely over 6 hours.
And this is the chef's knife. I love our knives. Our coated knives all come with these protections to keep them from cutting you while they're in the drawer, and also keeping them sharp all the time. And so I'm just going to start doing some of my prep here, and I'm going to be making soup tomorrow. So I'm going to be getting together some onions and some carrots I'm also gonna make some carrot sticks for my daughter. And a potato, and I'm gonna show you our amazing mandolin for all of that. So I'm just putting my waste into one of the containers right here. So easy. Did you know if your hands smell like onion or garlic, you can use stainless steel and cold water to get the smell off your hands without having to use any soap?
Huh.
It's
Stainless
amazing.
steel or you mean like a steel wool brush or
Like
whatever?
what? You get this on Amazon. It's just a little
Oh.
metal, it's just a little stainless steel thing, and just keep it by my sink. You can just run your hands under cold water and run your hands through that, and they smell amazing again.
That's a fun tip. I love that prep board though. Like if you see her, like you don't have to, first of all, pull a trash can out next to you. You don't have to worry about like piling up on one side of the cutting board and taking up half of your cutting board. Like it's just so easy to take all your scraps, throw them in there, and then once you prep it, throw it in the other one.
Yeah, it's very sturdy. It's designed to keep your knives sharp, so you don't have to worry about it dulling your knives. It cleans up so easy. Okay, honey. Thank you. Mulan, yes. Okay, her name was Mulan. Thank you. We couldn't remember her name earlier. All right, so I'm going to show you the mandolin. Let me actually pack this up so I can show you how it stores up. Take it from the beginning here. So it locks just like that. And for me, in my tall drawer, this fits right in my tall drawer. It's like the perfect size for that for me. But I know everybody's kitchen is designed a little bit different. And it just pops off like that. Some things I love about this mandolin, it has little stickies on the bottom. You can hear this, but it's not going to go anywhere while you're using it. There's so many safety features with this mandolin. Move these out of the way for just a second here. And then this is going to be the pusher that's going to make sure that we don't get our hands anywhere near the blade. So as we're setting this up here, there's a few more safety features. I'm going to lift this up just a little bit. All right. So this is also protecting us from the blade while we have it stored. But I still can't get at the blade here. It's still protected until I pop it up here. Now I've exposed the blade. On the back, you can see all the different features that are available. We can do full slices, we can do French fry slices, we can do julienne slices, and then these are the different millimeter widths that you can do for your slicing. So anywhere from 0, which I mean, you can like paper thin this if you want to make like au gratin potatoes with super, super thin potatoes, you can do it with this. Consistently make the same size potatoes. It's awesome. All the way up to 8 millimeters. On the back side, the tray just flips on just like that. And then on the front side, our pusher goes on. Just like that. Just gonna slide the board out of the way. So I can show you the mandolin here. Turn it like that. See everything. All right, so for starters, I am going to make up some carrot sticks. I'm already on the French fry setting, so we're good to go for the carrot sticks. So for anybody who likes to make nice healthy snacks to take to work or to leave in the fridge for the kids, there's no reason to go to the store and pay a lot of money for carrot slices because a bag of carrots is pretty affordable. So just put the carrot in. Once I get down in there, I don't want to stick my fingers anywhere near the blade. But there you go, perfect little bite-sized carrot pieces. And I had that set on the 8 mm, so those are nice, good, thick size carrot slices there. But now I'm gonna make some carrots for my soup tomorrow. Put carrot sticks in one side here. And I'm gonna turn it over to full slices. And I'm gonna turn it down to 1 mm. That's thin little pieces of carrots. And if you want to eat it, okay, here. You can have a couple. You can do more than one carrot at a time. And it's don't eat much on the soup. Twist it sideways. Once you start going too far sideways, then you're gonna end up having nice long carrots, which sometimes that's what you're looking for. There's so many different ways that you can put your food in here and get different results.
That's what I love is it depends on obviously what you're cutting up, but you can do those long type carrots, you can do slices for soup, or you can do the really small julienne if you're making like a stir fry or something. You can just, it's the amount of different sizes that it has available is so versatile compared to other brands or other things that are out there. Plus all of the safety features are what I just love about it. Every time they would talk about a mandolin, I was like, no, no. And then when I use this one, I was like, okay, I can use this one. I'm not worried about my fingers.
Yep, so just switching it over here, I'm gonna do up my onion. So I have it on the julienne setting and a 4. Carrot in there. And it's so fast. And if you want smaller pieces, you just put it back in and you run it through again and double chop it. And yes, next we're gonna do the potato. And then there's another carrot to cut. See? This is Chef Jasmine. She's my helper in the kitchen. Jasmine, you want to tell everybody how old you are? How old is Jasmine? 3 years old. All right. All right, I'm gonna turn it this way again. I've got it on the French fry setting and I still have it on 4, and I'm gonna do up a potato. Who wants French fries? French fries. Or we can put it back in. Again. All right. Didn't do all of it, so there's still some big ones in there, but you see, I got it nice and chopped up by running it through there twice. So I absolutely love all the different features that are available on the mandolin. I use this, I don't know, almost every day. When I have to do any kind of prep work, chop work, anything like that, because it's just absolutely amazing. One of my most favorite Pamper Chef products. I'm so glad that I finally got it. I was probably over a year in before I finally got down to doing that. And then I also just wanted to show you guys really, really quick, and then I'm going to turn it over to Brandi for a minute and show you guys the new pivoting peeler. This is a new product with Pampered Chef, but it allows you to twist it So you can peel whichever way you want to peel, depending on what you're doing. It has a little eye hook on the end to be able to get the bad spots out of your potatoes. And just for a sec. And let me just show you how amazing this is. And it only takes off the outer layer.
Me like one. I them.
Look at that. It just takes off that teeniest, tiniest, thinnest little layer. So if you need to peel potatoes or carrots, you got to check out the new pivoting peeler. It's not on sale, but it's just awesome. So if we're going to talk about prep tools that we love, this is one of my favorite new toys. Now I'll turn it over to Brandi. She's got a few more of the sale items to show you and some more prep ideas.
Yes, hello. So a couple things that I was gonna say too, like with her prep board that you saw her using, what I love is you can take and prep stuff for the whole week. So like she's prepping stuff for soup tomorrow night. If you know you use a lot of onions, like I go through a lot of onion and green pepper typically in a week, depending on what I'm making. But if you can plan ahead, if you're good about prepping your meals or planning your meals, you can prep a whole week worth and just chop up a bunch of onions and carrots or, peppers, have them in that prep and store system ready to go. And then that way it helps save money, save time, and like the thought process of what to make for dinner is good if you can do your meal planning. I'm talking a lot about that at my parties right now because it's the new year and we're all trying to do better. And if the more you can plan your meals and prep ahead, the better off, first of all, you are more likely to stick to, a little bit healthier diet maybe, but also just not trying to rush and figure out what's for dinner and running to the drive-through. So that's a little bit what I'm going to talk about is just, I love these new Brilliance pans. So we have, this is the Brilliance bakeware. So we had the cookware that came out about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer. And now they just came out with this bakeware. This stuff is crazy. Like when I say that it's nonstick, it's nonstick. I have made so much stuff in these pans. There's like multiple sizes. These are the long loaf pans, but I made a loaf of bread in here and I just to experiment, I was like, I'm not putting any oil, butter, anything, how they say to brush the pans. I didn't do any of that because I was like, I just want to see. My loaf of bread like fell out literally. And then I did the cornbread that we have in in the square one. And it's same thing. It just fell out. Like nothing sticks to this. You make lasagna in here and you can just scoop it out. Nothing is going to stick to the inside of these. So these are the long loaf pans and these are on sale this month. Comes in the set of 2. So what I like about these is, for one, they're a nice size. If you are a single person or you're only cooking for 1 or 2 people, to make a pan of lasagna in this is so great because you don't need, like most people are like, I don't need a giant pan of lasagna unless you have a family of, 6 or 7 like I do. So what I like about these is the size. They come in the set of 2. So if you do want to prep ahead and make a batch of lasagna, you can make both pans full. And then they have the lids on them. You can store them in the fridge or in the freezer. So make your stuff and prep it. You can bake your lasagna if you want to bake them both and then stick one in the freezer, or you can just leave one unbaked of whatever you're making, prepped, leave it unbaked and stick it in the freezer as well. These lids will stay on there. Like they're nice, secure lids. Like I said, there's multiple sizes, there are multiple different pans in these. I'm just showing these because they are on sale. And I'm gonna do meatloaf because if you're like me and you have a busy life, a crazy life, a lot of times it's hard for me to get food going when my kids are home and I'm trying to get dinner on the table and it's just chaos. They're hanging on my legs and I'm like, I'm trying to peel potato. Like the other night I was trying to peel potatoes and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I luckily got them a little kids play set, whatever. So I stuck them in front of the trash can with a potato peeler and let them go to town while I got everything, done. But I was like, it's chaos most nights. So I like to prep stuff ahead of time to save time, save out of the chaos. And tonight I'm gonna prep my lasagna. The girls are in bed. My son is getting to bed soon, hopefully. So I'll just throw together a meal and have it ready to go tomorrow night. Also, if you are in, like, if your kids are in sports, or if you just happen to like work late some nights, or you just don't want to have to worry about it, prep stuff when the kids go to bed, or in the morning if you know you have a free half an hour, get stuff prepped. And just that way it's out of the way, it's done with, because you never know what's going to come up. You never know, like we just were sick for almost 2 weeks. And I'm like, it was so nice to have things prepped and ready to go. And I had stuff in the freezer. I had, you know, I was like, I didn't have to worry about it. So we're gonna do lasagna, or I'm sorry, meatloaf. I'm thinking lasagna. I love lasagna. We're gonna do meatloaf in here. I'm gonna show you a few things just, you know, besides these amazing pans. So our classic food chopper, I'm sure most of you know what this is. If not, you do need to know. So this has been around for like since the beginning. What I love is that it comes apart so easily to be able to clean. So it all has, like, you can get in the blades. This comes up too. It's very, well, I'm not gonna be able to find it to get it back together. It's very good to be able to clean in everywhere. There we go. So you can do nuts, onions, like anything that you can think of that you want to get chopped up quick, you can throw in there. Where did I put my onion? So, plus our coated knives, same thing, they're not on sale, but I couldn't live without them. I can't get over how great and how sharp our knives are. I always had like your basic knives, and when I got these knives, I was like, oh, I really need to be careful because I'm not used to a nice sharp knife, and that's what these are.
I
Okay,
think the
so
tomato knife is my favorite.
yes,
I didn't
literally
even know there was a tomato knife.
same. I got it when it came out, and I was like looking at because it comes in a set, and I was looking at the set and I was like, does this really say a tomato knife? I'm like, what the heck do I need a tomato knife for? And then I used it and I was like, that's why I need a tomato. Like, it does not, like, oh my gosh. Like, if you have a little bit of a soft tomato or anything, like, it just cuts right through it. It doesn't smush it. It's crazy. That's what it is. So you just kind of cut up the onion. You can stick chunks in there depending on what you can fit in there. I like to do it. It comes with this. So if you have like nuts or something that you want to keep contained, you can keep it with the bottom. Otherwise, if you're just doing a bunch of stuff, you can throw it on the cutting board. Oh. Some people call this the slap chopper, just in case you've ever heard that, but you literally.
And there's a sharpener available.
Yes.
Not that they dull very easily, but there is a sharpener available. It does work on the chopper.
So I'm gonna just take, ooh, this is a potent one. Holy Hannah. I didn't think about that for this. Whoo. Okay. I'm gonna try to get, I didn't think about, ooh, scooping it up. Hold on. Okay. And another thing is I like to make my meatloaf in the stand mixer because I do not like the feeling, the touch, the grossness of meat. I am that person who cannot stand raw meat. I will do it if I have to. I will suck it up and I will do it. But if I don't have to, I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna do a little bit more onion. It calls for a whole onion. My husband's not a fan of onion unless he can't notice the texture. So I'm not gonna do a whole bunch. Plus, I am over here crying. Okay. I'm gonna get this out of my way. By the way, this is our large groove cutting board. Love it. It has the groove around the outside if you can't see that. And that will catch all of your drippings. So I use it for pineapple a lot, meat, anything like that where you want to catch all of the juices. I'm gonna take this off. So yeah, our mixer, I use it for so much more than baking. Like a lot of people, they're like, I don't need a mixer because I don't bake, you know, whatever. I use it for so much more. Meatballs, meatloaf, um, I don't know, whipped cream. I make whipped cream, which that's kind of baking, but I just love it. So I'm gonna get, what do I do? I'll just use this.
Dips, pancake batter.
Yes. All of the above. I never would have thought of it for meatloaf. And then one day I was like, I don't want to touch my meat. And I'm like, oh, wait, I don't have to.
We're making homemade pasta.
Yes. Oh my goodness. I never realized how easy it was. And then I got this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's easy. It's good. Oh, it's so good. And then I always crack my eggs into a bowl. For one, if you've ever had a nasty egg ruin your baking or your meatloaf, you'll learn to crack them in here. Plus, I am gonna whip them up just a little bit with my knife. Ooh.
The 1 cup prep bowls are on sale this month
Yes,
too.
thanks. Yes. Honestly, I use these for so much more than like prepping, but also prepping. Yes, I crack my eggs into them. I put leftovers into them, but yeah, they are the handiest little cups ever. I have all sizes, the 1, 2, and 3, but I could not live without the prep bowls ever. And then try to get up my, our garlic press. If you have it, once again, you know, if you don't, now you know. This thing is crazy because it comes with a little tool. You don't have to peel your garlic. So that is right there. Like, hey, hello, save me time, save me energy, save my fingers from smelling like garlic, but because I don't have the stainless steel. So you just take your garlic, as you can see, there's still the little skin on there. You can push it through. And then you take the little tool, scrape. And then all of that is stuck on there. So you can just go bloop and get all the skin off and go on to your next one. I love it. And then when you're done, there is a brush end, which mine has been accidentally dropped in the sink and got stuck down the disposal. I just found out the other day. So I might need a new little brush. But when you're done, the brush fits right in the holes, so it'll clean out that side of your garlic press. I was like, I thought I had another clove of garlic in here. And then, do you guys use Italian sausage in your meatloaf? I love knowing that because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I feel like it's better without it. And a lot of people are like, no, you need the flavor of Italian sausage. And I'm like, I don't know if I do. I think I can live without it.
I don't usually put sausage in my meatloaf. I'll put it in my meatballs, but I usually
Okay.
just do beef.
Yeah. And I don't measure. I just throw in some parsley, some Italian seasoning, salt, pepper. Our Italian seasoning, first of all, I just feel like our seasonings have so much flavor compared to other brands. There's like, I don't know, it's hard to beat our seasonings, I feel. And once again, I just don't measure. Oh, here comes mine going to bed. Love you. Ninja Turtle jammies and all. All right. I'm gonna look just to see what I'm forgetting here. Ketchup. Our measure all cups. I love them because for one, when you're making a recipe like this, if you have ketchup, honey, peanut butter, anything like that, they are the best. You just push the food through and it Oh, it's great. But then I also like because I'm gonna do ketchup. And then I'm like, you can do the ketchup on this side and then you turn it around and you can do your liquid measuring in here. So I'm only gonna dirty this one thing for multiple uses, which is another bonus. Okay, so we'll do ketchup. And like when I'm making, I make energy balls or protein balls, whatever you want to call them. And I just throw the peanut butter in there, throw the honey in there, and it just comes right out. You don't have to worry about that. So you just go like that, and push it through. Then you can always take a spatula and do that. And then I'm gonna turn it, not make a mess. Put my milk in one side. I gotta double check my recipe, make sure I don't put too much in there. Then you can take and look on here. All right. Then, do you use oatmeal or do you use breadcrumbs? Because I go back and forth on these as well.
I usually make my own breadcrumbs in the air fryer.
There you go. That's what I need to do. So I'm just using oatmeal tonight. And I have our little handy dandy measuring cups. So I'm just using that. Oh, this onion, I gotta get it in here. Make sure I don't forget anything. You can put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. I usually put some Worcestershire sauce in there, and I just realized I was out of that, so I don't have that. Otherwise, I'm just gonna whip it up. And you literally can take our, get this mess out of the way. Our mixer, if you are making something else like special, it has preset settings. I can't see. So when you're using it, if you were going to say whip something, like I was going to make my homemade whipped cream, the settings know exactly how long something is supposed to take for whip, for cream, mix, beat, and knead, if you're kneading bread. So it goes off of what the like basic settings are for that. You can always adjust them. There is a custom setting for that too, but I love that it takes the guesswork out of it. So when I make my whipped cream, I set it to whip, I can walk away. And it like when it's done, it stops itself. I don't have to worry about shutting it off. It also gradually increases in speed, which I love because your flour is not flying all over the place when you start out. I don't have to babysit it. Like I know other ones, you have to like put it on one first and wait a little bit, then put it up to two. This one does it all itself. You don't have to like sit, like I said, you don't have to babysit it. So it'll start out slow and then it'll gradually increase with speed. There's multiple attachments. It has the normal mixing attachment, the whip attachment, and then the bread attachment, the kneading one. And then it tells you, this is how smart it is. If you set it to whip, it'll show you a picture of the whisk and tell you that that's what attachment you should have on it. That's what I think is so funny, is it that like it knows everything that should be on there. But like I said, then you can put the custom one on there too. I'm just gonna whip it together though. I'm just gonna set it to mix, and I don't know if you guys can see that far, but it has the little paddle on there. And then, once again, I'm not touching my meat. It'll sit there and mix everything together. It'll get my meatloaf nice and combined. And then I'm gonna take my pan, throw it in there, and then I'm just gonna throw mine in the fridge for the night, and we're gonna eat it tomorrow. But that way it's all prepped and ready to go, because the kids are in bed. I didn't have to worry about them wanting to help me crack eggs because that's their thing too. And I'm like, let's try not to like do this tonight. Like I love them helping, but I don't like digging shells out of everything for 10 minutes.
And can we just share some love for how easy it is to clean up those Brilliance pans? I get to have the long sheet pan that has the rack on it, and we love to make bacon wrapped chicken, like with the cheese oozing out and the bacon grease everywhere. And I can literally take a paper towel and wipe all the crusted on disgustingness off the pan. It is amazingly non-stick, just like the Brilliance cookware, which was when I joined Pampered Chef, I joined getting the cookware with my first party that I ever hosted. I needed new cookware and I got the Brilliance cookware. And I'm so excited that they came out with this bakeware to match it because I had no idea what nonstick was until I met this line of pans.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, when I made lasagna and like the bread, I was like, how does a loaf of bread just slide out? Like you think something would be stuck there to like stop it. You don't know. It just like fell out. I couldn't believe it. And the lasagna was what I was really like, oh my gosh, there's no cheese, there's nothing stuck to the bottom of this. It just comes right out. So that's done. And as you can see, like there's nothing stuck to the paddle. It's nice and mixed up for me. And I can just put it in here. And then I just saved my hands the hassle of having to touch this, which I love. And then if you do make a sauce, which once again, my husband eats worse than my my four kids. Yes, he eats worse than me. He doesn't like any sauce on top. We just add our ketchup after the fact and dip it in there. So there's that. As you can see, it fits in there nicely. And that's 2 pounds of meat. And I'm gonna throw the lid on top of it and throw it in the fridge. Put this in here.
We're gonna have it easy tomorrow. You can throw that in the oven. I can toss all of my soup ingredients into my multi-cooker. We're gonna have ham and split pea soup tomorrow with the leftover ham that we froze from Christmas.
Yum. We're doing ham later on and scalloped potatoes and ham. We bought extra ham when they were on sale for Christmas. I love scalloped potatoes and ham. I'm like, okay, let's have this more than just Christmas.
Yeah, I did the scalloped potatoes and ham for Christmas, and we used the Brilliance bakeware for that because the au gratin potatoes come right out of there.
Yep.
One other thing I just wanted, I think we covered almost everything that's on the sale. I did grab out the few other things that we weren't demonstrating for you guys today, just to show you so you know what else is available. One is the large chef tongs. These are on sale this month. I love both sizes of the chef tongs, but it's just the one that's on sale. And then our new cup zester. This is great. We use it for Parmesan cheese mostly, but you can use it for ginger if you need to shred carrots, if you need to, zest your orange. It is great for that. You can go in any direction while you're zesting it. And it comes with a little thing. I couldn't find it in my drawer today. But it comes with a little thing. So when you get down to the bottom piece of cheese or whatever, you can hold it there without having to get your fingers close. And on the other side of it, it has like this, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's like this little windshield wiper. So it cleans the bottom of the blade for you to get everything off. And the bottom part has measurements on it. So you can check and see how much you have by tipping it up while you're working. To see how much you've shredded so you know where you're at. And then afterwards, the top piece and the bottom piece can be used to store your leftovers. So again, you can prep ahead when you're making things like the lasagna Brandi keeps teasing us about. You can prep your Parmesan beforehand. And then last is our awesome starter set of silicone utensils. So it comes with the slotted spoon and spatula and the angled spatula. This is an amazing set. I know there's a lot of dangers out there, they say, about having plastic cookware. So we upgraded everything to the silicone cookware. And I'm just amazed. I don't have to worry about it melting or getting deformed or anything like that. And then I also recommend that you get one of these. This thing, this little thing is amazing. Again, not on sale, but this little thing is, I didn't even know it existed until I knew it existed when somebody bought it. And I'm like, what the heck is that? But this little guy sits on the edge of your pan and holds your utensils. So you don't, if I don't have a countertop by my stove, you guys. So this was like life-changing for me to not have to use my stove space to set a spoon rest, and that I could just clip this onto the edge of my pan and it just drips right back into my pan. So silly little thing, but I highly recommend that little guy.
It is very handy. And yeah, when it came out, I was like, do I really need that? And then I'm like, oh, wow, that's handy.
Yeah, I use it all the time. It's amazing. So it's the little things, and I think that's what I love about Pampered Chef is they think about the little things. They make cooking and prepping and baking easy, and it allows us to do it with our kids or without our kids and find a way to still work it into our life, because I'm not having to hit the drive-through lane at McDonald's to get dinner when I'm crunched for time.
For sure.
Well, thank you everybody for coming. I'm gonna stop
Does
the
anybody have
recording here, see if
questions?
anyone has any questions.